hwe wo ye osofo ana otomade empo wo ye dwadini ana sa wo pese wo dwuma bi hu dawro ene na make am for Fast TV e de ama eno ti baby awo bia wo de frey ye ne ye cameraman ye presenters e beba ho se wo dwuma ne se sha se so ye beba be fa video ne ye be boni TV so ama fefefe ne be ma wo dwuma ne so etumpon na ebo no so de eye kuma bi wo de frey numbers no na ye beba ho ne ye no be djuma na ye ka se Fast TV de na ye agent of solution. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Mama Mubia Ajo Emwaka Badoba Fast TV so you no numpe mukasie ana wani guso awo hwe e Fast TV so na nanwumei ensem no edos na ne obeti bi ene se abaye dwumafo a enche bi de omo ekofa entete mu no mabedi dwuma e obambo mu nsem na afanyoma kenede nsem bi abetudwa afa ho ede amayen won nsem fufuro mu so mahebedwani awo Womenshia South na ekire mu a Osi NDC for eba ban mu eye bosome no dunumani omonye hwe e wo mangana mu ha yenko wura ensefufuro mu so de ne aban adwumakuo a won ehwe akwan ne nnwuma ho nsensem so etimi apadwumadie fufuro kra ho toma wo hwe ama eye dwumadie yi ebetimi akoye wo mangana mu ha no we ni nsem bi no mu a ene enwume mababo ano amede eba beso so nnwume no numpa mu kase Amwako abase TV no egusoa Elda Fast TV enyume no numpa mu kase na etwago ema wo so huni a ekoso ewo ye mangana mu ha emu enigidie apomudi hu sem enigie kase ana enanyume maka ni nyina aboma me ba besane mu ede amamo na kase obese wonhwe bia uko Facebook ne so Fast TV GH oboshema e da watafa wokwa na wa like na wa comment na wa share e de amai sanso ana YouTube so e da hono ma kase no e twagu kama pa na enanwumei me ambekin kan e de amamedin e de akosete wa enaye obene bosome no ne de to so duba ko wa fimpinu eni aduonu ensia na enanwumei yenhwe nsem bia enne ye babeti e wo ye mangana mu ha eni de ekoso e wo amai hodo foforo so de na medemo e hyase efe oman mu mahebedwafie e honom ana dom kuma no ba no de ne ira afanyoma ken e tumide nsem bi atodwa nano se ne beto dwa ese Ghana fo binum a won ani je se omo be adwuma e wa ban mu se ye fire service ana police ana se military ni mu no won kratan e ba bonte ma nkofo bebre na ana kofa enkratan na sia no na niema na esefata na wo so omonyo matumi aye ne ba bonte ne bebre na afeli eno ana yewura afanyoma ka e kire se na omo de ICT aye barrier ama nkofo feri no entwa ye kura.
The recruitment into police, fire, prisons, immigration is becoming problematic. Mr. Speaker, I don't want anybody to misinform the minister. I am not directing any attack on his person. No. I just want to put the facts right. Don't pretend your constituents are not on your case. Mr. Speaker, these unemployed youths, they go to the center, they say you are supposed to go through aptitude test, you get under the system and you are locked out. The question, somebody told me, he was asked a question, what is the size of a basketball court? You want to go to police, then you have to answer a question. The AI system that has been deployed must be customized and to ask relevant questions. It cannot be generalized. It's AI, so you are asking general questions. Mr. Speaker, the military did something good. They created a system where people entered to write the aptitude test direct. Mr. Speaker, if it is possible The system should be changed to enable our boys and girls who are even not educated on ICT to write it manually, so that a proper system is put in place which will allow them to go into the AI space. I am for AI. I am for IT. But you cannot suddenly call somebody from Punkugru who doesn't know anything about IT and wants to join the force work, and you are told that go and write aptitude tests via AI.
Ewo maimu mashebeje fie de ene mashebeje ni edema omanfo a won ewo menhia south ani din eye onabo na ej bafo ewa etumi de sembi atudwa ewo parliament house a wo kire se NDC for eba ban mu ene bosome ne maako du enum nie 15 months ni na ode nani etoto form ehwe peteta kremu no hu se bibia ni wono ma NDC aban eba ye watimi aya abo oman ene eba enyanyina monkane a ene ko ba ye koko so dia eno so akuafo edi abobo in some way ano de tudwa emayen.
You have done the same propaganda for 15 months. Today you are being exposed by electricity charges. Electricity tariffs are exposing you that you are not doing nothing in government for the last 15 months. You've been exposed by water tariffs that for the last 15 months you are not doing anything in government. Mr. Speaker, business owners are suffering. They cannot pay electricity tariffs. Mr. Speaker, cocoa farmers are suffering because you are struggling to manage the cocoa sector. Mr. Speaker, this is nothing other than propaganda. Mr. Speaker, your government so far is government by propaganda, of propaganda, with propaganda, and full of garbage. Mr. Speaker, thanks for the opportunity.
Now, Chimu and Enya Soya won a shark on to mu ensensem so Ministry of Transport for 8 May about pro ecopiemu ewo Jamestown Fishing Harbour no mu ecopiemu onom. Send ya paying for H and as I said, Tibia Harbour room na Sammy no Cassam paying for 8 May near manage share pa egua quema. One extra enter crown Jamestown Fishing Harbour no so ebedi juma ewo manganamana nipa. Odi we nyina anima o kan sansem we the to fast TV anim Minister for Transport Owura Joseph Bukari ono anedi dom nanim no den same way etudwa.
We have seen that there's a lot of work to be done here at the fishing harbour if we want it to function effectively and efficiently. We have noticed that the breakwater we have is too short, and any dredging that you do, it takes a maximum period of 3 to 6 months, and it is silted again, meaning that if we do not look at extending the breakwater, every 3 months we will have to be desilting this fishing harbour, which is very expensive. That is one of the reasons why we decided to take this working visit to make ourselves available and see what we can do as government to restore and fix all the challenges. Either we had water problems operating the fishing market or where the fisher folks stay. Through the help of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, that water problem has been resolved. The water is restored, and there's a standby borehole we are mechanizing to be a backup to what we get from the Ghana Water Company Limited. We've also gone around all the areas. That is why the two of us are here, the Minister for Transport and Minister for Fisheries, for us to put our heads together and see how we can operate this port or this harbour to the benefit of our people. Over the years from 2023, it was put in place with some facilities that were not provided to make this place operational. Like I said, we have a place for the repair of minor or smaller vessels. But because of the siltation, we are unable to get those boats close even to the fishing harbour. And it is our wish and that of government that we will put together all the troubles or the challenges we have identified today and see how quickly we can work 1, to extend the breakwater, 2, to desil the place, 3, to make sure that the fishing boat aspect is fixed, and then we can repair our vessels there.
Enye na oyiwase ni a aswafo no ede ato ye ni menche kra na se Ghana ahanum ebeye de ankasa yemfi nsem yesu ni nkopie mu ewo Ridge Airport Ridge dia enye na no subran ye toye tumi ayiri afa hono mama gates e wo honum nyina no mpenfo ekira enso e wo se emfa mu no entimi enko entimi emma ama no so akoye nsem bebre ewo importemo ne no ana nadmo officer awo Airport Ridge owura Alhaji Kamadien etumedi edi edom anima omode siseye akugko masisi ano omutwema ombetete gatesi ni nyina mu se de be ya nsuo to abenya baby afa.
Airport Ridge, the one thing that I want to say is that yes, we can help with the situation. I know this is the first one. We've done small ones before, but this is the major one that we're doing. We want to see the effect of it right now, and going forward we want to engage through the youth member of the community, see how we can also help with putting certain measures in place that going forward it will be a lasting solution that will hear the Airport Ridge people in Airport Ridge are safe. We already started an initiative with the security that your good selves were available. You saw the things we did for the security, and we are ongoing with the security initiative, and we've extended to this as well. Soon now we're going to extend to lighting, we're going to extend to youth employment. We want to see airport. I was born and bred in Takoradi, in Airport Ridge. Sorry, I was born and bred in Airport Ridge. I have relatives in Airport Ridge. I have my parents in Airport Ridge. So yes, Airport Ridge is in my heart, that to help do something for Airport Ridge is something that we can also give back to community. And I encourage people out of in Takoradi that are living out of Takoradi, when you hear this, also come back to invest in your town. Don't sit somewhere and say, oh, Takoradi is this and Takoradi is that. You can also be part of it. So I encourage all the Takoradi people outside Takoradi to also join and be part of all this. We are doing is to show people that yes, it can be done. You understand? Yes, it can be done. They say what the best comes from the West. So
Airport Regions and Semia so nam so manfa one ewo honum edia penisie toto srabane se beya wonye bibin fa se de beya ensuo to a won dabremu entumi enkana no ana Chief Operation Officer ono ayebe PM Ghana ne din edim Mr. Prakash etumi so akasa wo chese seni empanyufo ede abetu dwa so mbeboa gatesi ni nyina mu na ensu no abesen akono ya de a eye pa ye na beboa ama airport ono maho etimi etumpon.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Prakash Lalwani from United Developers Limited, the Chief Operations Officer. Actually the reason of doing this is part of our corporate social responsibility, and also we are building a gated community in Airport Ridge, so it's part of our responsibility to also make sure that we curtail some of the issues going on in Airport Ridge, and flooding is one of the main issues. If you look at the seasons back, every time there's rains there's floods, and we've identified where the floods are. So that is why today we are attending to this issue. One is part of our corporate social responsibility to help residents and to help people in communities that we develop. And year after year, we hear Airport Ridge, certain part of Airport Ridge having floods when it rains, seasons when it rains, and it's saddened to hear that some people have to actually relocate, move out of their houses just because of the rains. Yes, rain is a God's blessing, but as humans we should be able to also do something to at least minimize it, to at least let people be safe. So being in the community, that's some of the things that you can do. It cannot be only about yourself, it extends beyond yourself. You have to also do things to help the community.
Moshi Enkopemu ewo man mu mashebeje fi obiem dia ene mashebeje ni awo NDC amanyeko ni 1 year wo ko mashebeje fi onu madom kase no odi mu akwani abaye pa ani di eye Roxy Nelson wati me de sama betu dia nano de course ewo mashebeje fi e namso madom kuma no ba no dani yewura afenyo make be ka se NDC for no ene ensem bi omo keka se minority no omo ba parliament a omo di bibia eboso no enye no kreda because na minority for no entumi enkasa no na papa HS se na afenyo mark na HS minority no entumi enkasa ewo parliament house no krebia eni musa.
If you neglect your duty, it's not my duty to ensure that your private business is done. So you cannot fault the majority side for the pendency of your motion that is ably be moved by you and ably seconded. You can't fault me, you can't fault my leader, you can't fault the House. Because it's a private member's motion, and as a private person who sponsored the motion, it was your duty to ensure that the debates continues as it is. So as I speak, the motion, the debate continues as we capture it in the order paper. So it is duty to make sure that it's carried, and more particularly because he's also a member of the business committee. Business committee arranges business for the House. He's a prominent member, and that is why he ensures that every time, for every week, that motion is advertised. But if you don't pursue it on the floor, it is not my business, it's your business. That's why it's a private member's motion. So that is my reaction to that in that regard.
Entie ababetoja enese enuanu fulani binuma omo ewo framantem ni mu ene tukotenafo bi akofo bi ekoto ehye omabusuan so enamso ma ebenum atoya ewo nsede ne memo muom nyina no se bi omu nyina ahwere omo nkwan ma ne nkora ekaye no ana posifo ene nadmofo etimi akobwa omo a sesi anomo de ababeto aban anim se omo koye nipa mako 250 na sesi no omada na etukotena fo munya baabi mpo emfa woneti ento na sei ana mpanyufo a won ekopiem wo hono mo de to dwa ema fast news.
We had an unfortunate incident that happened regarding robbery, but unfortunately it has become a little bit of communal attacks on each other, and having heard it, and as the head of NADMO in Savannah region, I deemed it necessary to visit the displaced persons. Across the district, we have close to about 250 people who are displaced, and all these persons are Fulbis. They are Fulani herdsmen who were having their settlement in the various villages. Unfortunately, because there were some form of attacks on them, they had to flee where they reside into various communities. We just left Calabar. We have close to about 60 people in Calabar at the Calabar West Palace where they are seeking refuge. We visited them and made some relief items available to them. We also visited Sanjari. Sanjari is also another community that many of the Fulbis have run to seek shelter, and they are close to about 80, 70, 75 thereabouts. It's unfortunate. We hope that as soon as possible normalcy will return in the area, and for the Fulbis to also continue is paramount. It is only when we have a peaceful environment that we can have the development that we desire.
Ada wase amwa kwa wase ofidie no egusu da Fast TV. Wo share e o Facebook ne so a Fast TV GH. Wo share ni na wo like na wo comment na wo share e ma. For sanso na YouTube so da o Fast TV GH. Sa wo like na wo comment na wo share na wo sanso a subscribe e di account e di ma de do so no ne jide kase mu ene me de mo ko counselor Lutrot na so na no ensembe ne nam abefo ntenta fidi kase no so se papa yi etumi akoka ensema eni kwa se woka amenam so ma posifo de omo ho agima ene aposifo ye no matom nsa de afa papa yi se omra ne ye toto na no wo nsema oka ye no ho na after say oko eba ye no obebi sa sembe no okoka ye legend that the lumba ho nsem bi na okoka ye fa ni wo ne sie ne ho nsem ne nsem de bebre na se sia no wakopie mu wo court ama ya mano yeska bi se ontua 50,000 Ghana cedi no akire no o de achopa abema Ghana fo nyina ne aposifo mu o man Ghana mu anu se de okan ye no ono akasa gitum se wanka ne ye
ya kaza tintin ya do fum na mu yi upona ko du fi agam da adana wan ko fi so a the very day so I mean abusu for to frame me kran na ye edne and the emergency and the me ko enra mo ya se e komodi na ye Kennedy TV akwanse friend ye so brana the video be about in one seminar woman and mass and Gina Yankin were gonna have in Bisa by India, a own kind, the problem the wood to my kind, she's from the and then I'm a coin, I'm going to say in okay. And the fear, okay, but the tension in the you come and get a course, radio commodia 80 and a media me 3 hours and come with you. But then say, baby, I'm not there. Baby, Casana, go ye. 80 son uncle ye, all of those form she margin the bathroom. And me pound chow. Then I'm sure what's it. The idea me, no, baby, I'm in the other pound chow, and again, but I'm sure. Uncle for you, Uncle, yes, and Uncle family, myself, and I'm a kind.
It's the counselor Lutrot and it's me the same way to join anyway hanum and the caseboni na medem ebesina sana mekono ya nhwe de caseboni mu akotene de my mu ma hyebeje fie dom kuma no ba no dani and it's me the same to ja watch say my ma ICT and ase IT enye osi akwan ma Ghana fo benum a mo pese mo fantete mu no mo me abadwuma no me ma osi akwan emba ye ntemu won san foforo mu so ma hyebeje ni awo menhia south and so e atuja say MPP NDC for eba bemu ene boso menu dunum nie hwi ni wono ma o ma ba be e ama Ghana for sanso na medemu ekopie mu ewo airport ridge en subrane etoye nam so ama gata se won mina emu esisi e de asafoforo so abro manfo won eto ene enwume nsembinum ekeka we hu amebo ne beda me samufo eyi mu 1111 e ma mekenkan ye e de ebremo na asana mekono ma mefa we entwem enfama right garment se opese wonko aye opese wonko wedding opese wonko engagement o ware opobia mo pam wedding gown kama e de ama engagement dress neat one e de ama de American for a right garment e de ama style bia opebia no obe pam e de ama obehu ne cha kwan no e wo Kaswa official town obetimi afre no e wa homai so 0547 830770 0547 830770 osanso e wo TikTok Roy Garment oboshima o ho kama borua ne die mu na ne no eni nkomo osanso ana wapamatare no awie ne ho behia so se obesese otiri ho na otiri ho ayefe se opese wo mokon ro rasta opese wo nhye wig opese wo sese wo wig na otiri ho enye fede a me kanfo ba bi ba ko pe ana dia ma Cared Baba and Beauty Salon Cared Baba and Beauty Salon owo so tuom Jiga Junction so tuom Jiga Junction na homa no timwe ewo eya homa so 055 055-919-919 ofre na obeje oso na one no atentam kama sanso ana edro wanwaso a abadwama so a obia agiatum ene edro no na wo hodada ne asa akọ ede aba we ebibidro clean one yemfa bibia emfra ye eye bubobi heba mixture bubobi heba mixture say malaria ene how oba wo fichi komu ukwa fichira nie obia ebete wonka make fu bubobi heba mixture e de amanya onyanum bia ene na se bibia etimi akoye drono ni din ene ne honam ese ankasati kopebi e wo heba shop bia mu na so bubobi na wapomode ho nsam entimi enkonkan emfa emma na nwumrei me amaking kan kase no e de ma me din e de akosia tachiwa me da se wo jebre na wo hwe me ma mo hwe me o Facebook YouTube ni na me da se pa wa so tina wo fie na wo hwe Fast TV Yakopon o nhira me ko idie gimedia hodo bebre na eto aso Fast TV ye de ebeso nti menyi wa fidie no emfamfria